hop in and talk about day 4, part 4 of kicking emotional eating to the curb. So we've talked about the last several days of just stopping and being aware of what it is that you're thinking or feeling or about to do in the moment. We've talked about challenging by asking yourself, what am I feeling? And where in my body am I feeling it? Use your finger to point, where in my body am I feeling this emotion? And we also talked about how the different emotions, the primary emotions, are anger, sadness, joy, fear, and sexual or creative feelings. Now, I want to talk about the fact that most of the time when we think about emotional eating, we probably picture ourselves feeling so sad, having a pity party, face down in a bowl of ice cream or brownies or chocolate chips or whatever your go-to binge food is. And I want to bring awareness to the other side of that. Yes, we definitely use food when we're feeling those emotions that make us feel down. But we also use food and emotional eat when we're trying to make the positive emotions like the joy, the sexual feelings, the creative feelings, those highs higher. We use food on both sides of that spectrum. So I just wanted to start today with bringing a little bit of awareness to that specifically. And as we head into part 4, the next part is these next 2 days actually are the most challenging for my clients, for myself, for anybody learning this new strategy, because it requires us to be inspired by our inner toddler. So think about a toddler. When they're ticked off, what do? They throw themselves on the floor, they scream, they thrash for what, like 3 to 5 minutes, and then they hop up like nothing ever happened. And you're like, wow, that was literally like a 3-year-old tornado in the middle of my living room. So we want to embrace our inner toddler and commit to this process without judgment, because this is where our pride tends to get in the way and we stop ourselves from allowing the emotion to completely flow through us. So the next step is, once you've stopped, you've decided what it is that you're feeling, you know where it is in your body that you're feeling that feeling. The next step is to ask yourself, okay, I'm feeling angry right here in my chest and in my shoulders. If those cells that are feeling that feeling could make a movement, what would they do? How would they move? Would they be jumping up and down? Would they be thrashing around? Would they be scrambling? Would they be punching? Would they be bumping into things? Like, what would those cells be doing? If just think in your mind, go to that place in your body, take a breath, connect with yourself, and ask, if those cells could move, what kind of movement would they make? And then the second piece of this one question, this movement question, is, if I could move my body in a way that it would express the movement that the cells want to make, what would that movement be? So quite frankly, when I'm angry, I want to throat punch somebody. I want to choke somebody. I want to hit. I want to kick. I want to scratch. I want to bite. Like, when I am angry, I literally feel like feral and like I want to attack. Like, that's just my honest, that's what happens for me when I get angry. So I actually have a punching bag outside, and I go out and I beat the crap out of the punching bag. My daughter has a strategy where when she's feeling really angry, she goes and gets a cardboard box. And we have this little like wooden dowel, like a piece of like a curtain, not a curtain, like a closet rod, like that thick wooden dowel. And she takes it outside and she launches the box up in the air and she goes like, batter up, right? And she just gets her anger out by beating the crap out of a box. It's the way your cells want to move. Same with like sad. If you are feeling sad, how would your cells want to move? When I'm feeling sad, my cells want to be like, oh, like I want to slump down. I don't want to feel sad. Like, that's the movement that my sad would make. And that movement might be different for you. It might be the same for you. But the point is to understand, like, get really curious and let go of judgment, get your pride out of the way, and ask yourself, if these cells where I'm feeling things could move, what kind of movement would they make? And then here's the really hard part. Go make that movement. So the process of allowing an emotion to flow through you takes about 30 to 90 seconds. I think 30 to 90 seconds is worth saving your budget from emotional spending on Amazon, or saving your butt from getting bigger from eating all those cookies or whatever it was you were just about to eat because you don't know how to process your emotions. So I challenge you today to stop, challenge by asking, what am I feeling? Where in my body am I feeling it? Point with your finger. And then define, what kind of movement would this cell make? If it could move, what would it do? And then go make that movement. So you guys are doing amazing. I love the way that you are committing to this process. And I also want to remind you, it's now December 15th. At the end of the month, December 27th, 28th, 29th, I have 3 healthy, happy webinars coming up that are going to help you in defining your goals as you head into the new year. They're going to give you some inspiration to support you in creating an action plan and what you actually want what you want to create with 2023. If that interests you, type #webinar in the comments, and I will look forward to coming back at you tomorrow with part number 5 of kicking emotional eating to the curb. Much love.